All right, conscious growing garden family. So we just reached that pinnacle moment of spring where we can take all our cold climate plants and take them outside, right? We've had them all, for the most part, in here in the greenhouse, right? And now it's time for them to be removed to a cooler climate for themselves so they can continue to grow and get acclimated. So for the last couple of days, we've been taking them outside for a few hours, and then bringing them back in, But today is going to be the last day for moving them. I wouldn't say the last day for moving them, because this is actually what I'm doing right now. Is I'm actually taking them outside and putting them into the greenhouse out there. Okay, they don't have the cover is not on there, so they'll be in complete air tonight. I might change that and put the cover on today and keep them out there for a couple of days like that. And that way I'll be able to protect them from some of the cool air at night for the first night. First couple of nights. I'm not sure if I am or not. I haven't get on mine yet. I actually have a plant that's already out there and some lettuce and stuff that's out there today. And I really wanted to take them out of the, excuse me, I said direct. It's not true. I really wanted to take those and straight out of the container that they're in and put them straight into the ground. But unfortunately, we are dealing with a lot of rain today, so it's very wet out there, and makes for a lot of slush and mud. And I just don't want to. I don't want to fight with the mud today. So I guess I'll wait a couple of days before I put them in the ground. But they're out here. And it's time for that spring garden, y'all. It's time for that spring garden. Everything is springing into action. So I figured I better get out here and spring in action right along with everything else to spring. So just gonna move a few things around. You know what I'm saying? Take these and put these out here for the day. I gotta get some of these old dead ones. A lot of these have died back from being in the house, but still, nevertheless, they're healthy. Still got plenty of life in them, and so we're gonna let them grow, and then we're gonna in the next couple of days when the water dries up a little bit, gets a little more contained out here, less. I'm really worried about the wind as much as it is the wetness. I know you can hear it in the video. If I walk through my backyard, it's all slushy, and so we're gonna allow the over water. You can see. Look, we've been flooded a little bit here. It's been a lot of heavy rain. We've been flooded out, so we're gonna allow that to go ahead and drain out naturally. And then once it drains out, cause we got that. We usually get a lot of water right after snows here in Ohio. We go from that snowing weather to a lot of raining days. So we still late March. So we got March and we got April coming up. You know what I'm saying? April showers bring May flowers. So we got some more rain coming, and we'll deal with that accordingly. But right now we're gonna just bring the plants outside after the heavy rain. And they miss getting some of that water, but it's a lot of mist and a lot of wetness and moisture in the air. They're not completely dried. They've been watered recently themselves. That should be fine. Now some of these I brought out here the other day, and I can see that they fighting against the weather. Some of them might not make it. I see, but it doesn't bother me if something doesn't make it. If it dies off, it's okay. You just have to you have to restart. If something germinates and it doesn't survive the course after the germination, and it gets sick or it gets whatever disease, and it don't bounce back, or some things happen to plants after they germinate. They sometimes they don't always make it back after they all full term as far as having life and being being able to consume it. So you have to take the bitter with the sweet with those type of things. So I think I picked a good day to bring them out here, not to transfer them, but to just let them, like I said, have a couple days out here. You know what I'm saying, in the nighttime air, because they haven't had any air at all. They've been exclusively to just the heat that blows in my house. My greenhouse. I have my furnace kicks in. There's a little wind that blows upstairs in the growing room, so they get a little of that, but they don't get no natural air. So they've been out a couple times. So it's not I'm not just taking them and putting them outside and just boom, stay out here. That's it. You live or you die. No, they've been out a couple times. I took them out at least twice. So today is the first day I'm gonna bring them out and kind of leave them out. I'm guessing I'm gonna leave them out. Right? I might come and check on them, see how they doing, how they getting acclimated to the outside life, because they've been getting all, and they haven't been getting no natural sunlight. They've been getting all, grow lights and stuff like that. So it's an adjustment. So that's why we took them out, you know, for an hour, last week, an hour sometime earlier in this week, or two, just to get them out there and get them, used to being out there, used to having some of the sun. And some of them started burning immediately when we took them out. It was a nice day. Then we took it out. Then we took them out another day when it was a little cooler. And just to try, like I said, just trying to get them adjusted to being outside, to being, to not living under these grow lights, and having to, be in a real spotlight, and with that real sun beaming. But today's not one of those days. It's not a very sunny day at all. It's very rainy and cloudy, so they're cold tolerant. So I'm not worried about the cold. Like I said, I was more so worried about them just being acclimated to the wind and the heavy sun. But they don't have to worry about that because there is no sun out there today. So they'll be fine the next couple of days, and by then there should be enough moisture in the air, and they should be acclimated outside enough. This will be the third time they're coming out. They should be okay to be able to make it through the night, because they're gonna get some of that moon energy, which helps plants grow, which they don't get a lot of because they're always in the house. I do peel back the windows sometimes at night when I see the moon out there, and I'll allow the moon to get on the energy on the plants. But it's nothing like just being out here in the open air of the plants, in the open air, in that open moon, and letting them have some of that as well as the sunshine as well too. So they'll have their first taste of trying to get acclimated to being outside full time, and we'll just watch and see how that goes. Hopefully good things will come from it. Like right now, it's starting to rain again as I'm out here, so they're gonna get some rain too. It might be a little much too much rain for some of them. They figure it out. Gotta grow up. You gotta grow up sometimes, right? You send your kids off to college, and they gotta grow up when you send them off. You take your plants, your inside plants, you take them outside, and they gotta grow up. It's time to grow up. I've been there for them, watering them, pruning them. Taking care of them. Nurturing them. And now it's their turn to do their thing out here in the great outdoors, out here in nature. So we'll see how they respond to the changes of being outside in the full elements of everything, and then we'll just go from there. Like I said, most of these they're good survivors. As you can tell, they survived. They've been strong in the house for a long time, and they ready to come outside in the colder climate plants. They're ready to come out for that real true spring weather. And so since we got a little rain falling, they getting a little drink. And so when the sun come out tomorrow, right, they already be watered and fine. Hopefully it won't be too much water. Hopefully I don't want them to overwater them, but they're heavy, lettuce in them, but water anyway. So it should be fine. The greens and the greens and the cabbage will be fine with the water too. They'll be fine. So I don't think it's going to be doing nothing that's going to really harm them. As far as like the watering tonight, sometimes you can't control how much water plants get when they outside plants. If you got them in the ground or whatever. And like I said, I could go in there and put the greenhouse cover on that, but it's a little wet and kind of little, not really, a good day for that, to be out there fumbling around with it by myself. I think I'm gonna wait till it dries up a day or two, and then I'll come out and do it. And plus I don't want to continue to baby them. I don't want to continue to baby the plants. I want them to go ahead, and the ones that's gonna thrive, go ahead thrive. And this will be the test, because it's a little chilly today. I believe it's let me see. I'm gonna tell you guys. Tell you what's the temperature.